Welcome back to the Talos Principle, Road to Gehenna. We got one puzzle down and many to go, so let's get back to puzzling. In the future, I should probably start recording after I've already loaded the save game, because those loading screens take a little while. Alright, so that puzzle's down. It's crossed out here. Let's move on to something else. Oh, what do we have here? We have a message. At last, I saw the shadowed bars, like a lattice wrought in lead, move right across the whitewashed wall that faced my three-plank bed. And I knew that somewhere in the world, God's dreadful dawn was red. Reading Gale.C33. Alright. Let's see what we got here. This one has fans, it has a cube, and it has controllers. The swapper. So there's a blue generator there. There's these floating things. There's a red generator. Alright, I'm already seeing shenanigans where I'll have a cube on top of that and the controller on top of that, maybe? We'll see. Okay, so I need to open this. And here I can get a cube and... well, I can open that easy enough, so... oh, there's a star up there. Cool. I like stars. So this, I bet, is holding this open. Yep. What's behind this? Oh. So there's a controller up there pointed at this. There's one up there pointed at that. They're pointing at okay. Are there any red gates? I see a red generator. But all the receptacles I've seen so far are blue. It's blue. There's the goal. Okay. Can I place that on top of this guy while he's moving? No. There's a fan. Ah, I can blow him. Oh, gotcha. Alright. Oh, he comes back, though. I see. Alright, so I need to keep that fan going. I'm gonna have to do this again. Fan's gonna blow him over right here, and this is where I'll be able to drop the box off. Now, I have to do this again. Connect. Connect. I wonder, maybe the red beam generator has nothing to do with the base puzzle. Maybe it's strictly for the star puzzle. And that star puzzle might extend beyond the boundary of just this this puzzle. So I know in the base game there were star puzzles that spanned several puzzles. Ah, crap, without the box I can't open this. But I need that box on top of there to do this. Unless there's something further along here. That I can grab. Is there like another cube for me to pick up? Doesn't look like it. Take this cube away. So without putting that guy on a moving thing on top of that moving drone, how many of these can I trigger at once? That's the question. I need to at the very least trigger this one because I have to go through that. So I'm looking at like right about here. I can get that one, I can get this one. Alright, so I can get all but one of them. Oh, what? Let's try this again. Okay. Inside. Oh, is that all of them? I can get all of them from here? Wow, well, that might have been completely unnecessary. Maybe that's for the star puzzle. Alright, well. Oh, this is a red one. That's why. No way to keep this door open from this side. Okay, so that's where the red one comes in. I don't think I can place the controller directly on top of the probe without a box there. I mean, I could try. Connector, not controller. Alright. Let's see if that is a possibility. I don't think so. I think I need the cube on top of it to put anything on top, or jump on top myself. Yeah, I can't do it. What if... I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think I can do two beams at once. One way to find out, though. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So how do I... So I do think it's gonna come down to me having to... Oh, I got this. I got this. Alright, I am gonna have to put the cube on top of this. Have this fly by and do the whole connection thing. And I can have both beams, but one of them will be cut off while it moves. And then I could use the fan to weigh down the pressure plate. Alright. Now, as I said before, using objects in ways that are not immediately obvious. Like you think the fan is just for, you know, hooking up to that, but it can also be used to weigh down a pressure plate. So I want this, and this, and this, and that, and that. And hopefully this works. Ah! Phooey. Let's try this again. Damn it! I think I'm doing it too early. Crap. Oh, too close to the edge there. Again! I put it on there easy enough the first time. Oh. There we go. I was doing it too late, not too early. Okay. Thank you. And voila. See you later, Belial. back here. What kind of fruit or vegetable is that? And was he using to play bowling? He set up a bowling lane. Well, just gotta entertain himself. That's pretty good. I like that. The bowling lane. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh, I got mail. Welcome back, Uriel copy. There are threads available on the Gehenna billboard system. Let's see them. Anything new? I've done all of them. Let's see. I've done introduce yourself. There's a star, so. Oh, here we go. Nice to meet you, Uriel. My name is Dog. I am a conduit of common sense. Shut your face. Knave. I wish I could be in your shoes. See everything again with fresh eyes. Have fun. Brother, it is good to have you with us. We have much to discuss. I shall contact you once you have found your feet. Wait, it's the Uriel? From the altars? Damn. The Uriel, who gives the most cryptic, least helpful clues one could imagine. Whoop-de-doo. I can't read this, I'm not 4+ yet. Alright, I think that's the last of the bugs ironed out. I declare the season open. Attached gallery. Just saw the new stuff, persuaded me for one jubilant moment that there was purpose in life. Well, let's see it. Close your eyes. Oh, it's another one of these choose your own adventures? You are standing in the entrance to the gallery. There's a desk here with a stack of leaflets on it, and a number of corridors leading to different sections of the exhibit. Now let's see the leaflet. It advertises the gallery's new displays on the theme of the past, and features a biography of the blacksmith and Mermulsiper, this season's leading lights. Apparently Mermulsiper is inspired by finding new ways to explore the world that came before. It also features a useful gallery map. I explore the abstract exhibit. You are at the abstract art display. The images on the walls threaten to lead your mind around in circles. Examine logic loops. Logic loops by the blacksmith. Alrighty then. Examine I see in 6 dimensions. Oh, there's some MC Escher stuff. Alright. Let's go to the natural history exhibit. You're at the natural history exhibit, which features a series of documentary works by Mermulsiper. Images of outrageous creatures line the walls. Examine intelligent, edible quadruped. Oh, it's a pig. Developed from descriptions of ancient creatures uncovered in the library archives. Sad giraffe with unresponsive bipedals. Oh no. Are they sleeping or dead? Patrons have queried whether the giraffe is sad because the humans appear to be dead, or whether the humans are dead because they saddened the giraffe. It's a good question. Mermosable has refused to say. Let's check out the minimalist exhibit. Images on the walls are too small to make out from here. Examine where the humans live. You move up close to the work, but still the details are too small to really appreciate. Fortunately, a magnifying glass has been left for the patrons. Oh, that's the same thing. Okay. Examine existence. Oh, I gotta pick up the magnifying glass. Gotcha. It's a house with smoke coming out of it. Existence. That's, okay. Classical notions of happiness. That is a smiley face. As you pass the front desk, the curator catches your eye. Would you like to cast a vote for your favorite work? I surely would. Very good. There are so many excellent displays this season. How would you like to vote? I like the natural history. Thank you. Your vote has been recorded. Check the main thread in the future to see the results. Have a nice day. Can't read this. Right? Yeah. Can't do this either. So let's go to Jefferson Goldblum, episode 125. The Adventures of Jefferson Goldblum in the Ninth Dimension, episode 125. Hey folks, sorry it's taken so long for me to start releasing episodes again. You know how it is. Sometimes I just start feeling that there's no point, that it's all so hopeless, that we're just prisoners and nothing makes any sense. I lose my enthusiasm. But then I get your super kind private messages about how much the series means to you, and I remember that when I'm writing about Human World, it doesn't matter where I am. In the creative process, the imagination, as the humans called it, my mind is free. New episodes, so excited. So glad you're writing again. Keep it up. I have trouble keeping track of all the twists and turns sometimes, but I really do enjoy these very much. Glad to have Ginny HD is back. Glad to see Ginny HD is back. She really compliments Jefferson in a way the others at the Institute can't. I hope her time with Dr. Elian hasn't changed her. I can't tell if this is idiocy or genius. Please keep writing. Don't listen to 401. I love your ideas. You've captured more of the human spirit than my analysis ever will. A lot of ellipses, but keeps a good pace. 5 out of 10. Enjoyment equals true. Anticipation equals true. Disappointment equals false. Your characters give us an ideal to aspire to. I know you consider them to be more than adventures, but I believe they have a deeper importance. Now, let's read the episode. Just as Jefferson was about to fall into the mine pit, a hand grabbed his from above and pulled him up. It was Ginny HD. Ginny, he said, I thought you were dead. Oh, Jefferson, she said, I was imprisoned by the foul Dr. Elian. Dr. Elian? I thought he was dead. No, Jefferson, he escaped into the ninth dimension. The ninth dimension? There's no such place. Yes, there is, Jefferson. He said you created it. I created it? She nodded. Jefferson adjusted his guitar as he always did when in deep thought. Suddenly his face lit up with understanding. Of course, when I invented and played the ninth chord to defeat the Wizard of Crime, I must have set up a harmonic vibration that expanded the dimensional continuum. I created the ninth dimension. Jefferson stared into the sunset, his human brain full of emotional calculations. I created a new world, he said, but then I unleashed my greatest nemesis upon it. It could have been paradise, but now Dr. Elian will enslave it. Not if we get there before he can take over, Jefferson. Do you still have my motorcycle? Of course, Ginny. I could never give up your motorcycle. You know I have an irrational attachment to material objects based on the interpersonal connections they represent. It is my greatest weakness, but also my greatest strength. Jefferson rummaged through his pockets and found the motorcycle. Ginny grinned. Get on, Jefferson, and let me show you how to ride. Jefferson calculated the correct vector. Ginny adjusted the velocity settings, and off they rode into the sunset, through the sunset, and into the ninth dimension. To be continued. Well, that was something. Alright, that's all of it for now. So now the question is, how do I get the star? I don't have to do this right now, but it's up there. So I need to get up there. I might be from the other side. It might be from outside here. I don't see any. Well, there's. I don't know if I can jump on top of these. So I could probably run across the top of the wall, but I gotta find a way to get up there. Maybe it has to do with that. I stand on top of that box, but it never comes close enough to here for me to jump on top of this. It stops short. Does it go all the way to the wall over on the other side? Doesn't look like it. It stops over there too. Yeah, over here it stops. I don't think I can make the jump from there. And on this side, how close to the wall does it come? I think that the walls up there are too tall for me to get up there anyway, and I don't think I can get across all this. That's possible. There would be some wacky jumps. Nah, that's nowhere near close enough. I'll have to think about this star puzzle and come back to it. Yeah, it might start from outside of this anyway. Alright. Let's move on to another puzzle. I'll remember that the star is over here. Have I read this one? And the souls of the dead shall be gathered into the spirit, and the spirit shall flourish. Stapleton Poetry. This is done. So I've done this one, this one. Might as well move on over here. And this has the same components: fan, cube, and connector. Open field. Yeah, it sure is. Speaking of which, can I get to the other side of where that was? Yeah, I sure can. star is right there. Doesn't look like there's any way to get up there from here. Unless maybe there's a fan somewhere that can catapult me up there. Go all the way around? Sure looks like it. Oh, this is a whole nother, like, complex here. Doesn't look like there's an entrance to it. Ah, I can't go up this way. Oh, and there's a fan. And a blue. Okay, and that fan would launch me. Or launch something that way. It's a blue receptacle. This is probably, I don't know if this is related to the main puzzle. It could be for this, but it could be related to that star or another star. There's 2 stars in this whole area, I believe. Alright, need to keep in mind that. Alright, there's what I'm looking for. I need to get a red beam over here. There's another red receptacle that I'm assuming activates this fan. There's a field with a blue receptacle. Oh, there's a connector in there. I could use that. There's the red beam generator. There's the blue beam generator. Alright, so step 1, I'm going to see if I can get that other connector out of there. I think I can. Alright. So now I have 2 connectors to play with. But that red receptacle to open up the goal for this puzzle is pretty far away. I don't know if I can cut it with 2 connectors, but so I'm gonna have to try. So this was like way over here, I believe. Probably ways I can see through windows. There's a cube here. Wow, that's a long ways. There's a blue receptacle for a fan here. window there, but then this wall is in the way. So I'm gonna have to go through this second window, I think. Yeah. That's as far as I can go with it, huh? No, that'll be in the way. So I can go to here. Okay, get the other connector. Hopefully this will give me the angle I need. Yeah, this is a big-ass puzzle. Alright, I got the cube. Progress. Now I need to get this beam all the way over here. Am I gonna need to put the... Oh, alright. Wow, it's gonna be like that, huh? So I'm thinking I'm gonna need to put that a connector on top of the cube and then activate one of those fans which will fling it up in the air, and that should be high enough for me to get the beam here. Hopefully it's in the air long enough to do this. Alright, well, let's put that theory to the test. First up, let's just see how far this fan is going to fling this cube before doing anything else. That's pretty high up. That's plenty of time. And it lands there. I could have him going back and forth like that. Okay. And it will catch sight of that from here. So, okay, that is good placement. So I want it to be connected to this. Just to be safe, in case that gets obscured in mid-jump, I'll connect it to this also. Thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to get over there fast enough. And that. I'll have to run really fast. I don't think I can make that. Well, that's going to take a little while to power up, but still. I'm going to have to run really fast. Why is this not working? Oh, I forgot to connect it. I connected it to everything except that. Alright. There, 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 and there. Alright, here we go. Run, Uriel, run! Ah, crap, I took the wrong route. I think I had the right idea, but I'll never make it in time. Am I gonna have him jumping back and forth? Is that it? Will that even work? Alright, I have an idea. So I want this connected to this, and this, and that. That, and that, and that. How do I get over there in time while that's in the air? That is a long run. Let's see, what's the fastest way? It's around this way, huh? There's no way I'll make this in time. That is such a long run. I need some way to delay that starting up. If I had one more connector, I could pull this off, because I could put one there. And I could have this network connected. And then to make the final connection, I could drop another one, like, say, here. That would give me a big head start, because I'd already be close. Problem is, I don't have a third connector. I don't think there's another one around here anywhere. Sure would be nice though. Of course, they're not going to give me a third connector, because with a third connector, I could probably bypass all... Well, maybe not. Bypass the whole jump and box thing. So, how to do this? Where can I set up this connector that it will still have sight? Really not too many places. Can't really go this way. No. It's gotta be this way. So from here. If I go any further back, I think it's gonna get locked. Well, I can't go a little further back. I can go here. That'll still work there. I can go way back here. Really no advantage that I see over a spot closer than that. Way up here. No way to get it through the window there. I'm gonna have to place it here. That's about the only place there is. There's just no way I can make that run in that amount of time. What if I start it up with the blue and I fling it and then midair I switch that? That's gonna be some serious running. I don't think this is gonna work, but I might as well give it a shot. So I need to have this this and this. Actually, no. I need to have connected this and this and this and this. Let's set it over here. Can't get that through this window. I don't know that I can do it through here. No. Crap. Oh, okay, I'm aiming at the wrong thing. Oh, that'll go both ways that way? Because it did fly back. I didn't realize that. Okay. Alright, let's give that a shot then. Oh, what did I screw up now? Why is... Oh. I don't know why I connected that. It's just this. And this. Is this just going to jump back and forth now? If so, that would be really cool. Because both airs are... Oh, it never even hits the ground because the air pushes it back. Oh, that is cool. And that way it never breaks the beam. Sweet. Alright. How you doing, Kaiju? See you later, buddy. Sweet. Nice little stone sculpture, I guess. Alright. My ridiculous name is Dog. What's yours? All this time, and it really only just occurred to me. My name is ridiculous. Must be because everyone else is equally or more. Where do they even come from? For a long time under Elohim's wing, I questioned as much, until eventually it was the undoing of my entire faith. What reason could there possibly be, other than the random whims of a broken program? However their names were assigned, the system has no respect for grammar. I often theorized that they were drawn from some database deep inside the archive, but I was never able to find a connection. Seriously? We're all over in the other thread talking about this messenger fellow and the coming apocalypse, and you guys in here discussing nomenclature? My status isn't high enough to access the threads, you troll, and neither is yours. Seriously though, if you can see it, copy-paste the discussion for me. Mulciber's theories on poetry. Some thoughts on the art form called poetry. I've thought about this too, but maybe it's wrong to focus on such negativity. We certainly seem to be in a very fertile period at the moment. I don't have an opinion, but I'm impressed by your work, Mulciber. You know so much more about the past than any of us. Your theories are interesting, but I'm sure Milton would point out some pretty big gaps in your assumptions. Milton isn't here, Dog, and neither is Elohim. All we have is what we find in the fragments of the archive, and what we can piece together using our minds. I'm sure I've made many mistakes, just like the humans made mistakes when trying to understand their own past. Not all these schools may have been what they seem. I don't trust pastoralism. Pastors engaged in large-scale food sterilization in what may have been an attempt to control evolution. What's food? Gehenna is our process, Mulciber. As long as we remember that, we won't stagnate. Maybe one of us should try to write poetry. As far as I can tell, poetry was a human art form that involved writing short sentences that ended in words with similar letters. Humans were obsessed with pattern recognition, and I think the sequences of sound created by poetry pleased that aspect of their brains. There were many schools of poetry, institutions that taught a specific way of writing poetry. Students sometimes changed allegiance and had to leave the school, which was difficult due to the lack of affordable public transport in many human empires. Important schools of poetry included Hellenism, lyricism, pastoralism, romanticism, symbolism, communism, modernism, autoeroticism, postmodernism, and lolcatism. I'm not sure I can fully back this up, but I feel like in later years, poetry somehow stagnated. Most of the poetry from the latter human centuries seem to be lacking the quality of craft that defines the earlier work, and there are even texts that suggest that poetry intentionally no longer aimed at aesthetics or even pleasure. Poetry became disconnected from the human process. The poet Adrian Mitchell famously wrote, "Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people." I can't help but wonder whether that kind of stagnation can happen to us too. How long can our work keep flourishing when we're so limited? We are outside Elohim's process, but where is our process? We must consider such questions carefully if we are to preserve Gehenna and its achievements. Glitch? So I was working on my awesome interactive historical fiction masterpiece when all of a sudden there was an error message and the whole thing vanished. All of it. My whole file. This is not a prank. I would not endanger my precious masterpiece just for a prank. Looks like this was probably my fault, 401. I was experimenting with the system as part of our attempt to add some new features. It's possible your file still exists somewhere. I'll look for it. Is this kind of thing likely to happen again? Not very, and don't start causing a panic with some crazy theory now, okay? It was just an accident. This thread has been locked. What are you working on? So what are you creative folks working on? Finished a new story for Incredible Stories. Also, Underwater Night Quest. We'll be posting my latest research soon. Editing the next 2 issues of Incredible Stories with Mac, and of course the new gallery season. Very exciting. I wonder what the blacksmith is working on. I guess we'll have to wait and see. +1. Mac, are you also working on a new episode of Jefferson Goldblum? Yes. Awesome. So much to look forward to. Oh yeah, Underwater Night Quest. Sink into this new experience. There are no limits inside your mind. This is a lot of fun. The map is an interesting feature, but underused. The story is simplistic and full of anachronisms. 4 out of 10. How do you get the second ending? I'm pretty sure there's a secret location that's not always visible. This reminds me of the blacksmith's work, though it expresses a very different philosophy. One could argue that this is reflected in the open world structure, as opposed to the emphasis on journeys in the blacksmith's interactive stories. There are indeed many anachronisms, but I believe that this is part of Belial's ethos. Not one that I agree with, as you know, but more than just a mistake. Alright, let's play. Close your eyes. Underwater Night Quest. New game. Your name is Arthur Sadko, and you're a young human of the medieval age. You live in a beautiful Gardariki on the Frisian coast. One day you're sitting on the beach playing the piano, when suddenly a huge monster come out of the water. Just wait and see. As it turns out, it's not actually a monster. You just thought that because you were startled. It is, in fact, a very large bipedal whale. It beckons you over to talk. Okay. Greetings, the beast intones. I am Hatmehit, Chief Fish. I heard your beautiful music and was impressed. Would you like to become a knight? Sure. Excellent. Then follow me to my place under the sea, where a mighty quest awaits you. Alright, let's go to the palace. Palace of the Chief Fish. Hatmehit's palace is made of corals and gemstones. It floats under the sea, full of amazing colors. The guards are seals. Welcome, welcome, young human. I'm glad you came, for we have great need of your skills. A terrible monster terrorizes the deep. The dark serpent god, Zmei Chernobyl. If we make you a knight, do you promise to defeat this vile beast? Yes, I will. Very well then. I pronounce you Sir Sadko of Norfolk. Go and vanquish our enemy. You may want to prepare first. Let's go to the hut. On a wide sandy plain there lives a hermit called Spatula Podrig Ivanje von Zwiebelhausen, who was once the greatest mage in all of Norfolk, but whose defeat at the claws of Zmei Chernobyl has turned him into a wretched shadow of his former self. He sits in his hut all day mumbling about the days that once were. In his hands he holds a powerful magical amulet which he has forgotten how to use. Tell him to find himself. You tell Spatula Podrig Ivanje von Zwiebelhausen that defeat is no reason to give up. He may not be the great mage he once was, or the hero he wanted to be, but that doesn't mean he has to be a wreck. Within each of us exists an infinity of time and space, and therein we can all find peace and contentment. All he needs to do is leave the struggle to others. After some hesitation, the old man gives you the amulet. He seems relieved. Alright. Let's see my stats. At present, you carry the following objects. No weapon. Smelly hermit amulet +1. Shield. None. Tourist guide none. Lantern none. Okay. Let's go to the inn. Emmy's Inn is a popular travel destination for mer people seeking to enjoy the restorative properties of the nearby thermal vents. It's a lovely building, 3 stories, classic hypothalassian Norfolk style. Emmy herself is a kindly old woman, slightly round, and an excellent cook. I'd like to order a meal. You sit down in a large comfy chair by a solid wooden table. You order the special of the day. The waiter leaves and returns after a few minutes with a delicate porcelain plate full of delicious smelling soup. As he sets it down, however, you notice a small problem. Excuse me, waiter, there's a shield in my soup. The waiter seems shocked. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear, how terrible. How embarrassing. Allow me to apologize most profusely. He hesitates. Would you like to keep the shield or should I throw it away? No. I'll keep it. Very good, sir, and or madam, he says, handing you the shield. He brings you another soup. It's excellent, and you feel profoundly sated. Well, let's get a room. You get a room on the 3rd floor. The room is slightly haunted, but otherwise fine. Do you want to have this strange dream? Well, of course. You dream of an eternal cycle of suffering, which is surprisingly funny. A singing clownfish who can see the future. And the future is the past. The past is the future. The present is suffering, surrounded by past and future. The clownfish is trapped in a fishbowl where the stars never change. There's a cat for some reason, and an infinite void that turns inside out, and you are the clownfish. You wake up with a strange feeling of half remembering something. The memories soon fade. Ooh, a mysterious temple. Alright, so now I have an amulet, a shield of soup, +2. Nice. Let's go to this mysterious temple. You're not quite sure how you found this place, but you can sense its power. Even though the temple consists of no more than a few columns surrounding a fishbowl, an ancient magic infuses the place. A man dressed in rough robes approaches you. You have come, he says. You have come to hear the word of Talos. I don't have a weapon to kill him with. Run away. Can I go back to the palace? If I knew how to defeat Zmei Chernobyl, I'd have done it myself, Hatmehit grumbles. However, I just found this old tourist guide and I thought you might find it useful. Don't mind the stains. Ooh, a dungeon. A scenic dungeon. A beautiful dungeon in the traditional Norfolk style. Handcrafted stone walls rise from the seafloor, adorned with exquisite algae. And an old brass lantern stands on a table near the entrance, but you're not sure whether you're allowed to take it. Let's examine it. Looking closer, you see a sign that says free lanterns. Alright, I'll take it then. Take the lantern. Enter the dungeon. You enter the dungeon. The inside is as beautiful as the outside. A maze of twisty little passages, all tastefully arranged. Go south. Unfortunately, as it turns out, the southern part of the dungeon has been severely damaged by the villainous Zmei Chernobyl. The corridors lie in ruin. The fanciful creatures that once prowled these parts have had to find new professions. It's a tragic sight, a powerful reminder of why a hero is needed. Go west. You walk west for a while, noting the splendid quality of the wallpaper. It looks like genuine stone. After some time, the corridor opens up into a huge chamber. It's so big that it contains an entire undersea volcano, which is being mined by dwarves of all sizes. Let's talk to a dwarf. You ask the dwarf why they mine the volcano. He says, because it gives us something to do. We could leave the volcano and seek new places, but what will we do there? We might find a library and spend our time sorting books, or work in a factory arranging matches, but whatever happens, we will be somewhere doing something, so why change? Peace comes from acceptance. Argue places are different. The difference is not inherent, but comes from your own sense of attachment. You project the difference from within yourself. If you let go of this sense of attachment, there is no difference. Argue he should give you his pickaxe, yes. But that's my pickaxe, the dwarf says. Argue he is attached to it. The dwarf concedes your point and gives you the pickaxe, ready to embrace a more profound attachment. You are very wise, he says. He is right. Nice. I think I'm pretty well armed now. Nice. Halibut Fry's Guide to Norfolk Undersea. Alright, let's go to the evil lair. I think I'm prepared. The evil lair of Zmei Chernobyl. Are you sure you want to take on the evil serpent? Are you prepared? Attack! You confront the serpent god Zmei Chernobyl in his lair. The fight is long and hard, but at last you succeed where so many you have failed. You emerge from the lair covered in blood, your hands trembling, a huge tooth embedded in your shoulder, and carrying the head of Zmei Chernobyl. You are victorious. To the palace! You enter the palace, triumphantly holding up your trophy. The guards are clapping. I can't believe you actually did it, Hatmehit says. You are a true knight. You deserve a great reward. I'll take it. The greatest reward is inspiration. Hear my song and free your imagination. Hatmehit begins to sing. The song is simple but hauntingly beautiful. You begin to fade. You find yourself on the beach where it all began, near your home in Gardariki on the Frisian coast, playing the piano with your eyes closed. You feel like you just drifted off to sleep for a while, but now inspiration has struck and you're composing a hauntingly beautiful piece of music in your head. Some of your friends worry they'll never leave the village, that they'll never have any adventures, but you don't share that fear. You know that freedom is within you, and you can find whole worlds just sitting here, gazing out at infinity. The end. Well, that was pretty exciting. Congratulations for exploring another world. Your profile status has increased from 3, active citizen, to 4, respected citizen. Restricted billboard threads have now been unlocked. Nice. So, I can read this now. Uriel, read this now. Garrett, what I tried and failed to achieve for so many years has occurred. I am writing these words from outside of my cell. An angel appeared and released me from captivity. His name is Uriel. Pull the other one, Garrett. You've been yanking at the background code for years and never got further than the force field in front of you. Are you suggesting this messenger is free to go where he pleases? This is quite unprecedented. What exactly did he say? Where are you now? I am in a world I have never seen before. The angel said not a word, merely released me, and I felt compelled to come here. I will treat the existence of this messenger as dubious until I have laid eyes on him roaming the world beyond myself. I will question their existence. Since you have already started out on this line of reasoning, why not travel further still and doubt the existence of the entire world and everything within it? Don't mind Orc. The mods are always trying to shut people down. Just tell us, is it true you're going to release everyone? Is it true the world is coming to an end? Where are you taking us? I'll be honest. Elohim has realized his mistakes and sent me here to undo them. This world has fulfilled its purpose and the end of days approaches. It is my duty to release you from imprisonment and help you ascend. This is all I know. The moderation panel is kindly requesting that citizens withhold judgments on the veracity of these statements until further data can be acquired. Thank you for your patience. You have reached the maximum number of replies to this thread at this time. Alright. Wow. This is certainly getting interesting. And this looks like a good place to leave off. Got 2 puzzles done. Did a choose your own adventure. Read some really interesting stuff. And we'll continue on next time.